like almost like cutting it into 8 slices made it into a bigger pizza, but it really wasn't. Well, the same thing is true with share prices. Share prices mean nothing in the sense that a company can make the share price whatever it wants. So what they'll do is the share price is like if you think about the value of the company as a big pizza, let's say it's a big $1 billion pizza, and you want everybody to pay, $1 a piece. Then you cut it into a billion pieces, and you say everybody who gives $1 gets one piece. But let's say you want the average pizza price of a slice to be $100. Then you wouldn't cut it into a billion pieces. You cut it into I think what's 10 million pieces. You cut 10 million slices. You say every slice is $100, but it's the same pizza. It's always the same pizza. So that's where stock price, share price should be irrelevant because you don't even have to buy a whole slice of pizza. You can buy a piece of a pizza, a slice if you want. They call that fractional shares. So you don't have to pay. So if the stock is $500 and you want the company, just buy it. Just put in $10, 80 to $80, whatever you can, and you're on the boat. You're connected. Now your fate is tied into the fate of the company. If you don't have all the money you want, then just add it to your budget, dollar cost average. I have money taken out of my account every time I get paid that goes into my portfolio. Just every time. And then so every time I log in, I got a little extra money to invest with because every time I get a little money, because that's the way my business operates. I just get a paycheck like everybody else. So when I get my paycheck, a big chunk of it goes into my portfolio and I allocate it every week or two. Um, Last couple questions. When's the next Prime class? I don't want to miss it. Yeah, I'm gonna announce that soon. I'm gonna do a Q&A and answer a lot of your questions today. But also, I'm gonna announce the Prime class. I got to talk to the team to see if something's scheduled. But if you want to be notified of anything we're doing with regard to the options class, text the word options to on your phone to the number 87948. So make sure you're on the text list. Text options to 87948. That's where I send out the text notifications. But then also for Prime members, we'll send you an email as well. We want to make sure we stay connected to you. Okay, Shauna, I'm going to roll over 22,000 into a Roth IRA from an old work IRA. Okay, would you buy all the stocks up front, or would you allocate over a certain amount of time? I would probably just buy stocks up front and buy some ETFs and call it a day. Just that, everybody should have a portfolio that is just sitting there. Everybody should just have something that's just sitting there growing like a oak tree in your backyard. You're not picking at it. You're not pulling apples off the tree. So maybe you got your oak tree that's just the big tree that's just growing by itself. Then you got maybe your apple tree where you might pull apples off there, every now and then. Um, and for income, like the apples are like income, right? So um, that to me is important. A lot of times, the best move to make as an investor is to do nothing. You don't sell anything. You don't have to buy everything all the time. You don't have to sell constantly. Just let it grow. Let it grow. And if you do that consistently, you give yourself years to let it happen, then you're going to have a lot of wealth. But the key thing is you got to water the tree. So you water the tree by consistently investing, consistently, consistently, consistently. To give you an example, if any of us in this room had just been consistently pouring money into different investments over the last 10 years, there's no way on earth you wouldn't be rich if you were doing more than say, $50 a week, $100 a week. Especially if you had stuff like every week you're buying a little bit of Bitcoin, you're buying a little bit of Apple, a little bit of Microsoft, a little bit of Nvidia, right? Just kind of spreading it out and just watering the garden, watering the tree.